Hey, step right up and come on in. Here's where the fun begins. It's the Disney Compendium podcast. This week I'm Nick. On the other end of the tin cannon string, as he says so often, is my good friend, my good buddy, the bearded one, Mr. John Holder. Sir,
Oh,
how are you?
how dare you? How dare you?
How
I
dare you?
can't wait to talk about all the afternoon classics this week. Eek the Cat, Bobby's World,
Mm-hmm.
Life with Louie, Camp Candy, all of them. All of our good friends are here. Let's go.
Beetleborgs.
Let's do this.
It's was Jay Leno Flabber. Disgust.
Despite what Wikipedia says, yes.
Okay. I know what my gut tells me and what my heart tells me.
What my heart tells me is true.
It was Jay Leno.
Yes.
Now, this week, we are, it's another Annex episode because, again, not paying money for Atlantis.
We drew the line.
We drew the line. We're like, you know what? We paid for Dinosaur, and that was it was $3 too much.
It was too much. Tarzan was luckily on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because we probably would have drawn the line at Tarzan if it wasn't on Netflix.
I wish we had, but and then we got Disney Plus launching Tuesday, so we figured we could hold out another week or so. But today it's a fun subject. JJ gave me the choice, and I chose Disney Afternoon, which it's a little. You might have heard of it, folks.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Available now for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch.
So we're already getting to the was there a video game section? Yes, there was. God, Disney Afternoon. Everybody knows Disney Afternoon. Like when you think of Disney Afternoon, JJ, what do you think? What's the first thing comes to mind?
DuckTales.
DuckTales, and that's same with me.
Yeah.
So
close runner-up, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Just because.
Yes. No, and just because that's what's aired after DuckTales.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about Disney Afternoon, but not necessarily the entire Disney Afternoon, because
we'll circle back around. We both know that this isn't the only time we'll talk about Disney.
No, not at all. I mean, if you want to hear about Mighty Ducks, I guess we'll cover it. But,
hell yeah.
Yeah. But no, we're going for the meat and potatoes of this Disney Afternoon.
Yeah.
Specifically the 2-hour block with DuckTales, Chip and Dale.
Which specifically means we're not going to be talking about the gummy bears.
No, we're not going to be talking about the gummy bears, which I don't. Gummy bears is that weird outlier because gummy bears was pre-Disney Afternoon and just kind of became Disney Afternoon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it went from NBC to.
Yeah, it's part of NBC's Saturday morning block in '87 or so.
Yeah.
So like before or after Smurfs.
Yeah.
The Punky Brewster cartoon.
Yeah.
And they gummy bears. So but yeah, no, specifically like the core group of DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Tailspin, and Darkwing Duck. So I guess we'll start at the top. JJ, let's talk about DuckTales.
Let's talk about DuckTales, should we? We can't talk about DuckTales without talking about where the characters came from, I guess.
Yeah, let's give you some context. Like you're the Uncle Scrooge comic fan.
Oh man, so we're gonna definitely have to talk about our good Comic-Con friend, aren't we?
Oh yeah, he just loves getting DuckTales questions.
It's his favorite. Uncle Scrooge, which is really like the core of the DuckTales history. Is just they made a cartoon around Uncle Scrooge, which really was just a comic book character first and foremost. It's not like he appeared in any of the Donald Duck shorts beforehand.
Nope.
Strictly that character. It's like Carl Barks is basically the father of Scrooge. In the comic, the original comic, Scrooge is spelled with a $,
which is amazing.
Yes. I still call every time a new Animal Crossing game comes out, it's Duckburg. Um, just so everyone knows, that's who I am.
That's what you're about.
That's my village. Try to get as many birds in there as you can. Got to get those ducks. There's plenty of ducks. Yeah, there's plenty of ducks in the Animal Crossing universe. You get Scoot and all of those guys.
What's the brown duck's name?
I don't remember the names very much.
It's a her.
Yeah.
But she always wants a peach, and it's right there.
It's like, listen,
grab it.
Listen, ma'am, peach is right there, ma'am.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
But that's back in the day of what, early 50s?
Yeah.
Scrooge, back when there was like Dell and Gold Key Comics that were putting these out. Disney had the comic arm of Disney was massive. Like Mickey Mouse comics were huge, Donald Duck comics were huge, the Scrooge comics were big. Disney had all kinds of comics. Like the DuckTales and Scrooge stuff still exists today. Like you can go get Scrooge McDuck comics, but the Scrooge McDuck that is not based off of the cartoon is based off of. It's the original. I think it's like 60 to 70 issues of Scrooge McDuck comic by Carl Barks.
The Life and Time of the Scrooge McDuck? Is that what it is?
That's
the compilation.
Like, those are like what the compilations are.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is, Donald Duck's uncle, rich uncle that goes on adventures, wacky adventures, and that's literally the extent of sort of the character, just the rich uncle.
Yeah, I think the new DuckTales cartoon's closer to the comic strip.
It is very much, design in particular. Where they made him much more. Much more. I don't know. Yeah, close to visuals.
Yeah, I think the first appearance of animated appearance of Scrooge is in the Mickey Mouse theme song, right?
Yeah,
the Mickey Mouse Club.
Mickey Mouse Club. Yep.
Yeah, that's his first animated appearance.
And you have, and he does, he's in the Christmas Carol that we talked about earlier. In the season. Last year-ish when we were doing the Christmas
about a year ago,
yeah, about a year ago now.
Our Annex episode for Mickey's Christmas Carol, which go listen to that.
Was that our first Annex? I feel like that was our first Annex.
It was either that or Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
but I think you might be right that was our first one.
It feels that feels right.
Mm-hmm.
So I now forget our a good friend's name for the Comic-Con. This is not DuckTales.
Della
Rosa.
Della Rosa.
Della Rosa. Della Reese.
Yeah. Dom DeLuise.
It's Don Rosa.
Don Rosa.
He is definitely a major Duckverse comic writer, but he unfortunately was making DuckTales, Duck related comics at the same time as DuckTales, and his was not DuckTales, but everyone definitely wants him to be the DuckTales guy, to the point where he aggressively at his booth at every comic show you go to tells you that these are not DuckTales, so do not bring him DuckTales things to sign or talk about DuckTales with him.
He's super bitter about it, isn't he?
I don't even know if it's so much bitter, just I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
But I mean, he worked on it for 30 years now. Like, wasn't all that long ago where he was still making, like, the 2000s, he was still doing DuckTales stuff. So started in 87, which again, DuckTales, and ended in 2006. It's good DuckTales stuff. Like, I've
been reading the 80s DuckTales comics. Yeah, those are actually really good.
Again, not DuckTales, but you know what?
Uncle Scrooge comics.
Whatever. They're DuckTales. It's DuckTales.
It's DuckTales.
I actually do have a poster drawn by him of it's like a parody of the first issue of X-Men. With duck characters.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So despite all my complaining, I still bought something from the guy. So
yeah, I think of the Disney Afternoon block, I would say DuckTales is far and away my favorite.
I think it's one of those things also that has held up better than some of the others. Like, I love Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, but it is also like incredibly 90s weirdness at the same time. Like, and like this weird, like, why is Dale Magnum PI? Like,
and why is Chip Indiana Jones? But let's say some Tom Selleck meta humor that we don't know about.
Yeah, there's some Tom Selleck movie that just vaguely exists in our peripheral.
Yeah.
But then what does that make Monterey Jack?
I don't know. And then like Tailspin's fine. I love Tailspin. I love Tailspin. Cheers.
Yeah, it's just Cheers. It's Cheers. Again, they were just like, kids like Cheers, right?
We'll get a Tailspin in a bit, but there's an episode we did regarding the Jungle Book.
Yes,
it was another Annex episode we did.
Actually, the episode that we did, it was Robin Hood, and it was just like
Robin Hood.
It was 0.2 episode of Robin Hood.
Yes,
like the sequel to Robin Hood,
where JJ had made like an astounding discovery at one point.
Yes, King Louis and Robin Hood were friends years ago.
And we just fanfic the hell out of that.
Yeah.
We'll get more to that today, probably. And then, of course, rounding out this block is Darkwing Duck, which is probably my second favorite cartoon in the Disney After block.
Yeah, who doesn't like Batman?
Yeah, it's just Batman.
It's Batman. Like, they didn't even try, and it's like not even... It is, and when we say Batman, we mean 60s Batman. It is Adam West Batman. It's somehow more serious than Adam West Batman, which is funny in its own way, but it's still just like all the villains are just like these weird versions of other Batman villains.
And it's a lot of it just the theme song's really good too.
Yes. Let's get dangerous. Indeed.
And it's also in the DuckTales universe. Darkwing. So Launchpad McQuack's he's the through line there. Oh, I think Gizmo Duck was an episode of Darkwing as well, wasn't he?
Yes. A few. Yes, a few. And Darkwing is a TV show that exists in the current DuckTales universe.
Yeah, but also a real character.
Also not. Yeah. It'd be like, it really would be like if Batman existed in our world, but still we made Batman movies and comics and TV shows.
I guess we'll get into like we can talk about the original DuckTales, but real quick, just want to say off the record, the new DuckTales is really good.
Very good, yes.
It's really, really good.
Yes.
Like it's so well written. The animation's beautiful.
Yes.
It's like the way they have fleshed out these characters and it's a terrific cartoon.
Yes, I love it. It's great.
It honestly, it might be better than the original.
Yeah. But until they make a movie that you can only get on Disney Rewards
or at FYE, a used copy.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've seen it at Best Buy recently.
It just exists now. They finally re-released it.
But it's just a DVD, not a Blu-ray.
No.
Yeah.
But that better be on Plus on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
We're recording this the Sunday before Plus launches, so this will be out probably
the day after.
If I'm good, I have to get this out on Disney Day because that's some good SEO, but but I'm not good, so
get eyes on the product, brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, DuckTales. Let's talk about DuckTales,
Let's
man.
talk about. I was just about to ask you, which one do you want to start off? We've chosen the 4 that we want to talk about. So
start at the top. It's
okay. Goof Troop. Let's go. No.
Goof Troop. Let's go ahead. Marsupilami. Let's do it. Nah, man, it's DuckTales. It's chances are if you listen to the show, you know the plot DuckTales.
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck takes him.
Yeah, it's all in the song.
Yeah. So, life is like a hurricane.
Here in Duckburg.
Race cars with aeroplanes.
Aeroplanes. It's a Duckburg.
There's
might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
Yeah.
Whoa. DuckTales.
Now, don't get me confused. Not ponytails, not cottontails.
No.
But DuckTales.
The danger lurks behind.
Now, the opening credits of the show, the opening theme song, it shows some animation from episodes that or not from non-existent episodes, like the mummy chasing the nephews and the alien that grabs the dollar bill.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah. I want to see those episodes.
Yeah. It's also one of those, like, you get 2 things. You get stuff that never happens in the show for 90s cartoons, or you get stuff that is going to happen, like they filmed the entire series ahead of time. Animated it all ahead of time, so the intro music is just scenes that you may not see for like another season, even maybe.
Right. Like I think the Yui shooting the laser gun, maybe. Or the Beagle Boys and the robot. So I was like, wait, when is that coming up?
Yeah. I do like on the Wikipedia page for DuckTales, genre: comedy, drama, action, adventure, science, fantasy, mystery, superhero. So just genre, yes.
It's all over the place. Everything.
Yeah.
It's every genre.
They don't have romance in there, but there's certainly some romance stories that go on in this cartoon too.
Oh yeah. Scrooge has a love interest, I think, once. They kind of dig into Goldie a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Goldie is Scrooge's old flame from the past.
Yep. And so DuckTales is the first. That's why we're talking about it first. It is the first. It's the first cartoon designed specifically for syndication.
Yep. It was before there was Disney Afternoon. It was DuckTales.
It's DuckTales. Gummy Bears was like the first show for the block, but it had pre-existed. Yeah. So this was like one of those things where it was made sort of to create a block,
right?
So,
an hour block, basically. Yeah. You had that hour.
2 hours is the initial Disney Afternoon when it became Disney Afternoon.
Right.
I'm trying to think the DuckTales theme song we were talking about. That guy, he's just a prolific music artist. Like, he's just a songwriter, and it just happens to be that's what he wrote. He wrote a song for Amy Grant, and Jennifer Page, and Heart. He wrote nothing. Yeah, he wrote Nothing at All for Heart. Yeah.
And then, of course, his greatest work of all, the DuckTales theme song.
Yeah, definitely not the song that El DeBarge. You and I, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, okay. I know that one. I do know. Yeah. I would say the cover of it, the new show, is pretty good. Felicia Barton, I think her name is.
Yeah,
it's a good cover. Also, great opening credits.
Absolutely. Now that's just looking at the. He has 2 Emmy Award nominations for his work as a lyricist for the ABC TV series Life Goes On.
Okay.
And the NBC TV series Quincy.
All right.
So he wrote the Quincy theme as well.
That's a good. I assumed back then, if it was an 80s TV show, that it was just Mike Post.
Yeah. So he wrote DuckTales, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, The Little Engine That Could film.
Okay.
Let's see, anything else that we would know of? Yes, lots of. Just kind of keeps going and going. The DuckTales theme is performed by Jeff Piscetto, who, uh, let's see, DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Darkwing Duck. He he's credited as a writer for Spaceballs, so I'm hoping that means he wrote the Spaceballs theme.
Okay.
License to Kill.
Oh, I like License to Kill.
Yeah, Dirty Love. He wrote Dirty Love for License to Kill.
Gladys Knight, I think, did License to Kill.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Beekman's World. He wrote the Magnetism song.
Oh my God.
And he wrote the song Sparking, featured in the hit video game Tekken 5. So, yeah, somehow he's found himself in the Tekken 5.
He just snuck his way in there.
Yeah.
Since we kind of know, everybody knows the plot of DuckTales and the story, I'm just gonna, here's where I'm gonna go with this.
Okay.
What is your favorite episode of DuckTales? Jacob?
Oh. I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute, because I always default back to, despite loving DuckTales, the movie is still one of my favorite things to watch. I love that movie so much.
Yeah. That's an answer.
Yeah, I mean, I love. What is it? There are 4 seasons.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just know that the first season had a ton of episodes in it.
Yep. Do you remember the 2-part episode?
Yes.
Where it was split over the it's where the boys were playing baseball.
Yeah.
And Duckworth and Huey stole second, and Duckworth made him give it back because he stole it.
Is that your favorite? Is that the one that you're?
No. So I kind of asked you because I had between a few choices.
Yeah.
So I was hoping it would take you longer.
I do remember one episode. It's not a great episode, but for whatever reason, I remember it very, very much. And it's the one where Scrooge is super, super sick, and he just hallucinates.
Yes.
Being in Cinderella.
I do remember that one.
I don't know why I remember that one so much, but. And I'll take anything that has Gizmo Duck in it.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, he was season 2, season 3.
And I like and time travel, because there was like a time travel episode or 2 that I liked. I'm sure it was called Duck to the Future. It has to have been.
He kind of been.
I'm now going to look up episode. I'm now looking up episode titles for Jungle Book, or not Jungle Book.
I know episode. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's the episode that inspired Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you remember like where they're shooting at the science fiction TV show that Scrooge is funding.
Oh yeah.
And they find themselves in space, and the hero is very much Tim Allen's character. He's supposed to be like a captain.
Yeah.
Kind of character.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. I actually forgot about that episode.
100% Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
It's like,
the Galaxy Quest, the best Star Trek movie ever made.
You know what? I will fight anybody who doesn't like Galaxy, who tells me it's a bad movie. I love Galaxy Quest. But yeah, that's the one that always kind of sticks out to me. I guess my only complaint from the original show is there are times when Webby was a little bit difficult to take. I like her much better now, where she's smart and capable, not just like, I like dollies.
Yeah, they made her one of the quote unquote nephews now, as opposed to, and they've made the nephews sort of insufferable.
Yeah,
but like not in a negative way. Like
you're just like annoying kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't come across as too smart for their own good at any time in anyone.
No, they have faults.
The first episode of DuckTales is called "Don't Give Up the Ship." I do like the description because it doesn't sound like it should be the title of a children's cartoon.
Yeah.
Donald Duck joins the Navy and sends his Huey, Dewey, Louie off to live with his Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah.
It's like Donald Duck joins the Navy. Finally, he's wearing the suit his entire life, but finally now decided to get around to join the
Navy. It's like it's time. It's finally time to do it.
Three Ducks of the Condor is this episode.
Oh yeah, okay.
Launchpad McQuack. That's where you get Launchpad.
That's where we get Launchpad.
Yeah, Cold Duck. Too much of a gold. Now I'm just looking at titles to see if there's any good. Where no duck has gone before.
That's the
There
one.
you go. Gyro's props for a science fiction television show accidentally launch the cast into space, and Launchpad becomes the hero when it is realized that he's the only real pilot. It's very good. September 23rd, 1987.
Good Lord. My backup episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this one. It's the one where they go to camp and Doofus becomes a superhero.
Oh, yeah.
Super Doof.
Yes.
Where he gets a magic donut.
Oh, so good.
The Chichi Woodchuck Hedge book. And
Master of the Genie. There's an Aladdin episode. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel Strange Duck.
Strange Duck. Okay.
The Duckman of Aquatraz. I'm just looking now for the parody titles.
That's the Duck and the Iron Mask one, I believe. Yeah.
Scrooge is framed for stealing a painting from Glomgold's art gallery and sent to Aquatraz.
Yes. Do you remember the one where Scrooge is his fortune?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be on like a parody of Lifestyles of Rich and Famous.
I'm disappointed. This one's called Hero for Hire, and I don't see any Luke Cage reference
Luke
or
Cage.
Iron Fist.
Right. The part I always remember for that episode is where like the Robin Leach character goes, Scrooge McDuck used to be filthy rich, and now he lives in a filthy ditch.
Okay, that Hero for Hire episode that I just said is one that I do like.
Okay.
Because it's where Launchpad gets fired by Scrooge and the Beagle Boys trick him into robbing banks.
That's right.
That's actually a really good episode.
One. That is a good episode.
There's Super Do. There you go. That's what it's called. It's called Super Do.
Super Do, yeah.
Yeah. Made of the Myth. Down and Out in Duckburg. Wow. There it is, and that's the one. That's your episode. That's the family
of its time. Wow.
Much Ado About Scrooge. The boys track down a lost play by William Drakespeare.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Macbeth episode.
Top Duck. Is that a Top Gun episode? Yes, it is.
Yep.
Pearl of Wisdom. The Curse of Castle McDuck. Always good. Always good when they go to Scotland.
Yeah. Anything where there's a Glomgold involved.
Yeah. Launchpad's Civil War. What? Launchpad and Iron Man get into
no. The whole episode, Launchpad just going, it's heritage and not hate. You're like, God dang it.
See, this is where okay, so this episode right here is exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about the episode with the weird universe timeline, where at some point animals took over and replaced our history as animals. Yeah. This episode right here is exactly that. Just like the William Drakespeare thing that we're talking about. So they go to Duck Ridge for an American Civil War reenactment where Launchpad encounters aged Union veterans who once served under his ancestor. Launchpad works to avenge his family's honor by rallying the old veterans to a rematch against the reenactors.
Wow.
So, in this universe, the Civil War still happened, just with ducks and animals. And ducks have somehow become the superior species because it's not like there's only birds in this universe, because the Beagle Boys exist. So
there's a lot of like anthropomorphic dogs walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like the Beagle, you got the Beagle Boys who are dogs, Mob Beagle is a dog.
Yeah. Home Sweet Homer.
Ducks versus.
So, we have an Iliad episode of DuckTales.
That's right. The Iliad episode.
Yeah. Circe, a wicked sorceress from the past, accidentally transports Scrooge and the boys back to ancient Greece where they meet up with Homer. Bermuda Triangle episode. Micro ducks from outer space. Shape-shifting aliens, shape-shifting device, and shrinks everybody. Okay, to the size of ants. So, Honey, I Shrunk the kids episode.
Yep.
Back to the Klondike, a great one.
That's where you get some Scrooge origin.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And Glittering Goldie is there.
Yeah, the smarter than the smarties and tougher than toughies. That's the
A drain on the economy.
Yeah.
Scrooge and Glomgold compete in a contest where the winner, being the world's richest duck, becomes the sales broker for a new fruit from macaroon that works like a flashlight. So, the winners of this competition get to own the rights to this flashlight fruit.
Do you remember the episode with Scrooge's nephew? Oh, what's his name? He had the like incredible luck. He was basically Domino.
Yeah.
And Magica like brainwashes him to like steal the lucky dime.
Yes.
And he's going through all the money bins, like booby traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Harp is the name of an episode.
Mm-hmm.
The Right Duck, which is the Right Stuff parody.
Yep.
Where they're going to Mars. There's Cinderella. Double O Duck. There's the
James Bond episode.
James Bond episode with Dr. No Good. Duckworth's Revolt. A baseball episode. There you go.
Yes. That was part of the split, I think. The
Yeah.
2-part episode.
It's 11B. 11A is Magic Mirror.
Yep.
Magica uses a pair of magic mirrors to get Scrooge's number one dime, and then part 2 is Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yep.
That's just the name of the episode, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. They didn't come up with a duck pun. However, the very next episode, Duck to the Future.
Heck yeah.
Just as I said. Jungle Duck, where Mrs. Beakley encounters a Tarzan-like character. So, Phil Collins shows up.
No.
Singing
Don't
the
ruin
DuckTales
for me.
DuckTales theme. Just picture Phil Collins' voice singing DuckTales.
No. I was gonna say like Magica's mirror, like you have to go through the right mirror and then you get
Duck in the Iron Mask. So
yeah, okay, that's that one. Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. McDuck, I did like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Jack the Tripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like it's like wait, this is Three's Company?
The Ducky Horror Picture Show is the name of an episode of this children's cartoon.
That one.
Scrooge finances a meeting house / convention center, which is then used by a group of horror movie-based monsters. I don't remember this episode at all. But I have the box set directly behind me. I am going to dig it out and watch that episode tonight.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Is that? I wonder if that's where Dracula Duck. So JJ,
yeah,
should we just talk about the game?
Yeah. Should I just should put the moon theme on in the background?
Let's talk about the game. This is the part where so 33 minutes 30 seconds in, it's where JJ puts in the moon theme.
I will definitely remember 33 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk about the video game.
Yes.
It kind of follows the plot of the cartoon.
It follows it enough. I mean, like the core concept of the game, at least, and it has some of the stuff that happens. You know, they do go to space, they go to the jungle, they go to all these exotic locations.
Bubba Duck's in it.
Yeah.
But the big difference is Scrooge has got his red comic book coat on.
Yeah.
And not the blue cartoon coat.
Yeah.
So there lies the difference.
There it is. I don't know. The idea of making his attack be the cane hop is kind of inspired because, like, at the time, video games were just all the same. Like, it was either going to be a forward attack or a Mario attack. You know,
right?
Like, you were either going to have a punch or projectile, or use the cane like a sword.
Yeah.
But they kind of went the opposite direction, and they made the cane both the attack and the jump.
Yep.
So you get to use it as a weapon and like defense, really, in some instances, with hopping with the cane and everything. So it's like, I don't know where that idea comes from, but they nailed it.
Yeah,
it's hard, so hard.
You play it on easy, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But this, by the way, DuckTales video game, Capcom. This is like
Yes.
this like peak Capcom. This
Yeah.
time they're kind of firing.
1990, I'm sure. What had to have been.
Sounds 88, maybe 89, 90. Yeah, that's right.
And I think it's. I think for sure it was like a good chunk of the Mega Man team.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Do you have anything? I thought you were going to say.
No, I thought you were going to add to it. No. So the thing everybody remembers from the video game, obviously, is the moon theme.
Yeah,
which that's a great level. It's a hard level.
Yeah.
My personal favorite level is Transylvania.
Yeah. Was that one actually got like that one? Like, there's different versions of that one of the game because they changed some stuff later on.
Yes, it
for that, where they used to, like, the original run, it was crosses
right
on the caskets, and then later runs it was just RIP.
Yep. I have the version with crosses,
and they changed hamburgers to ice cream cones.
Yep. But Mrs. Beakley would give you power-ups basically, and she just throw food at you.
Yeah.
Food was health in that game. So.
Yes, it was, but food was the health in
every video game.
Every video game.
Yeah.
You punch a 55-gallon drum that you found on the side of the street.
Yeah.
There's a whole turkey in there. Fill you right up. Get that health back.
It's beloved. That game is still beloved to this day. It's still fun.
They remade it. They remade
it
with voice acting. The last time
Alan Young did
the voice of Scrooge.
Yeah.
And he was in his 90s by that point too. This is very recently.
Yeah.
He just recently passed away.
Very good game.
Very good game. You cannot buy it anymore.
Nope.
So that's good.
Delisted on PSN and Xbox.
And everything's delisted on Nintendo systems. So.
Yeah. You might still dig up a physical copy somewhere.
Yeah. But. Yeah. So all hail our strictly digital future.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it remastered. It's a good homage. There's some cool like modern remixes of the original of the theme songs.
Yeah.
The actual theme songs in the closing credits.
Yeah.
There was a sequel to the original game, which not a lot of people play because it was limited release, basically.
Yo, yeah, it was the
NES.
It was like 2 years later, and it was end of the NES life cycle.
Yeah.
And so it's expensive to get if you want it.
Yeah. It's on Game Boy and NES.
Yes, both this and the sequel.
Yeah. Sequel's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not as memorable.
No, there's more cane mechanics. Like he can use the cane to drag stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not as good though.
The Game Boy version's fun. It's not like it's hard in some of these instances to be able to separate sort of how handheld stuff is now, but like in 1990, 1, 2, 3, having anything even vaguely resembling the console version was a big deal, and they did good. Capcom always did really good jobs with that. The Mega Man games were actually very good for the Game
Yes,
Boy.
they were. Yes, they were.
And the DuckTales games were pretty good. Very rarely do they look great, but they can't. So a pass, and I'm able to put myself into that time frame because that's when I grew up. So I can remember that. Anyone that goes back and plays them now will be like, "Well, kid, I could absolutely do not say no, this is a great game." When somebody's like, "It looks like garbage," because it is, and it doesn't play great most times. Like, I'm actually stunned because I was playing the tangent alert. I was playing the Contra game that's on the Contra collection on the Switch.
Right.
And it's got the Game Boy version in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never played it as a kid. I don't know why. Contra was absolutely like Contra and Super C were my favorite SNES games,
right?
NES games in general. But I never got the Game Boy version, and I don't know why. And I never got around to playing it. And I'm just sitting there playing it. I'm like, this is actually really good.
This is
I'm actually impressed at how good this actually turned out, all things considered.
yeah, it's like when you compare it to the Game Boy Castlevania games, it's far better.
Oh yeah. The most recent, the Lion King set, the Lion King Aladdin set has the Game Boy versions of those games on there.
Yes, they do.
They are not good games.
No,
but I'm genuinely impressed with how they look and how the animations are in those games. The animations are surprisingly fluid for
yes, they are.
This weird early '90s NES game, or a Game Boy game. Like,
I'm just pleased that they put them on the collection, because they could have said, you get these three games basically. You get Genesis Aladdin, SNES Lion King, and Genesis Lion King. But no, they went above and beyond with that set.
They did.
I wish we should do like a whole episode about that at some point. But
just the episode of that game, just the one game,
or a video game episode, maybe.
Yeah.
But like one of my favorite Game Boy games ever is Balloon Kid, and that game still holds up to me. It's punishingly
Balloon
difficult.
Kid has, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the greatest Game Boy music
Absolutely.
of all time. The theme, it's the one song, but that's all they needed, because it rules, it whips. I think it's fantastic.
I love Balloon Kid and when they put it on the eShop for the 3DS, you texted me the day it came out. You're like,
I did,
because you knew like hey, Balloon Kid's out.
I bought it because of your enthusiasm.
Yes.
Like, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, it's not to say I don't like Balloon Kid and didn't like Balloon Kid, but I probably would have just. But your enthusiasm alone made me like, you know what? I should just play Balloon Kid.
And you like it?
I do. It's great.
Yeah. So, tangent aside, there's only so much to say about DuckTales, because the story of DuckTales. It's still really good.
Yeah. There's an episode called Full Metal Duck. So.
What?
Yeah.
That's the Army episode there.
But it's not.
No.
Because I'm reading it and I'm like, there's nothing. After narrowly destroying Gyro's giant robot, as well as saving Scrooge's nephews and other hostages from the Beagle Boys, Gizmo Duck becomes a sensation with the people of Duckburg. That is, until Ma Beagle finds the instruction booklet and has her smartest son, Megabyte Beagle, make a remote control with which to make him work for them. So,
wow.
I don't know. It's a bad title for that one.
Yes, it is.
There is no Vincent D'Onofrio. There is no soap party.
There's no Arlie Ermy in it.
Yeah.
Although,
to be fair, very possible that Arlie Ermy is in an episode of this show.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Do you remember, speaking of Gizmo, do you remember his mom used to chain smoke? And that was in the cartoon?
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
That was a thing. Like, his mom was just always in a bathrobe and curlers and chain smoking. I don't know if that's like one of those like Berenstain Bear things where I remember it differently than it actually was, but I'm almost 100% positive that she smoked.
I'm trying to see if oh man, there's an episode of this show called Beagle Mania where the Beagle Boys become the latest music sensation in Duck.
Right, where they do Sweet Adeline. Yes. God, so good.
Attack of the 50-Foot Webby. Some of these villain names are just too good.
Yeah.
Happy Jack. Lawrence Loudmouth.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Masked Mallard. Scrooge decides to become a vigilante after an unflattering report on him airs on television by a sleazy reporter, so is soon framed by a villain impersonating him and unmasked by Gizmo Duck, unaware his doppelganger is actually the reporter who smeared him in the first place. Note, elements of this episode, along with the first season episode Double O Duck, would eventually be spun off into Darkwing Duck.
Amazing. I like how, note.
Yeah. Scrooge's mannerisms and equipment as the Masked Mallard are meant, in part, to resemble those of Batman. So
that's kind of cool. JJ, quick question for you.
Absolutely not.
Okay. if somebody if somebody were to publish a Junior Woodchuck handbook,
Yes, the answer is yes.
okay.
I know where that.
Need I even ask?
Yeah. Yes.
It had all the answers to everything.
Yes.
It had all the
Absolutely.
answers.
Oh, absolutely.
It was basically
It doesn't even. It could just be a journal, and I would have it. It would just be sitting on my.
It could be a bullet journal. I'm like, yeah, well, it's
the duck who knew too much.
Jesus.
Another James Bond episode. The villain is Goldfeather.
Right.
The final episode, the Golden Goose.
I remember the Golden Goose episode.
It's a two-part episode. Yeah, it's a two-part episode. With the Brotherhood of the Goose, and they retrieve the Golden Goose. Yeah.
Basically it.
It's a I like it. They try to retrieve the Golden Goose from Glomgold and the Beagles before it can set off transformations that can bring forth the end of the world. So it's the Lovecraft episode of.
Nice. Scrooge is just messing around with Cthulhu.
Yeah.
So DuckTales in a nutshell is very good. Speaking of nutshell,
I was gonna say, isn't RoboDuck called? Isn't he called RoboDuck in Japan? Isn't it just straight up RoboCop but Duck? But they didn't do that in America because they would get sued probably.
Possibly.
Anyway, speaking of nutshells.
That brings us to our second cartoon of the Disney afternoon. Chip
and Dale Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale.
When there's danger.
You know they never fail.
No, go and finish. I'm
not finishing it. I thought we were gonna do this give and take thing, but now you've ruined it.
The call response. I just forgot about it. I forgot Chip and Dale. It's not as memorable a theme song. It's still a good theme song. All right, JJ. I kind of started with Chip and DuckTales. What's your favorite episode of Chip and Dale?
Oh boy. It's one of the like early ones too, I know. And I think it's the one with the little girl and her kitten.
Okay. Yes.
I really like that one because it's like what that show is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like this little, like they're actually trying to solve this case. It is the rescuers.
Right. But with Chip and Dale.
Yeah, but it's Chip and Dale. It's just weird. Like it is funny because the show is very clearly the rescuers.
Yeah, it is.
But yet they somehow decided instead to do Chip and Dale.
I pretty much any Fat Cat Happy episode is I like,
and most of them were Fat Cat heavy too.
Yeah, most of them pretty fat. He's not always there, but
yeah.
Anyone where he's just there is good. Monterey Jack.
I like the 2-part episode that was like second season or something.
Yeah. No, JJ, Monterey Jack.
Or was it like it wasn't even a 2-part? I say 2-part episode, but it might have been like 4 or something. It was like feature length.
It was at least. I want to say it was 2.
It was more than 2. And now I'm going to make me look up episodes.
Yeah.
Anyway. Man, there we go. The episode that I said I like with the kitten.
Yeah.
Is episode 2.
Oh.
And it's called Catteries Not Included, which is very
fantastic.
Good. Let's just talk about Batteries Not Included.
Okay, so it's old people.
They're flipping burgers, and that's the little alien on there too.
Steve Guttenberg's in it.
Steve Guttenberg's in it. Love that movie. I loved that movie. I actually haven't seen it in probably 20 years.
I think the Jessica Tandy's in it.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Or Adventures in Squirrel Sitting. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Actually sounds like a good episode. I don't remember it, but while trying to recover the stolen Maltese mouse from Fat Cat, the Rangers accidentally wreak havoc in the home of a squirrel with 2 daughters. While the mother repairs the damage, the Rangers take care of the girls. The eldest, Tammy, develops a crush on Chip. She decides to prove herself to her hero by sneaking into Fat Cat's hideout and recovering the priceless statue herself. Sounds like a good episode. I also again, we're at that point where the Maltese mouse. I don't know what this universe is because it's very mouse centric.
Mm-hmm.
And why is it the Maltese mouse? Is this a splintered timeline where rodents became the dominant species, and that's why the cats are the villains?
But humans also exist in this universe.
Yeah, but humans also exist because they help the little girl with her kitten. So I don't know.
The other one I was thinking of is the one with it's where Carol Channing does the voice of a dog.
Oh yeah,
And she's like a movie star, and it's kind of like Oliver and Company-ish a little bit.
yeah.
I think it was called They Shoot Dogs, don't they? Isn't that what it's called?
Well, we'll have to find out.
But I just remember it was Carol Channing was in it, just like, hello, rescue rangers.
Oh man, 3 men and a booby. I definitely remember that episode because I am a child, and they keep saying booby over and over.
Yeah.
The carpet snaggers. That sounds filthy. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Parental discretion retired. Oh. Monty's father, Cheddarhead Charlie, comes to visit. Oh yeah, that's right.
JJ, do you remember? So a little bit of trivia for you.
Yes.
Monterey Jack. Who's the voice of Monterey Jack? Real quick, off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, the voice of Monterey Jack. I'm going to talk myself through it because I don't remember names.
You know who it is
at all. Yes, it's Peter Cullen or
Peter
Jim
Cullen.
Cummings, depending on what season you're in.
Yeah. But so therein is, which kind of makes Peter Cullen even more cool.
Yeah.
If anybody knows who Peter Cullen is, he's Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime. And he was also Eeyore, and I think one of the Visionaries, I believe.
I like that. It's like Eeyore, Optimus Prime, the Visionaries.
One of the Visionaries.
I'm going to say 1% of the podcast will have any functioning idea
of who
the Visionaries are.
Yeah.
By the way, that episode I was talking about, Rescue Rangers to the Rescue, that was a multi-part episode.
Yes.
5 parts.
That's a weird number.
That is weird, but it looks like its original air date was between the 15th and the 17th. It varied by market. So it was sort of released as one, I guess.
Huh.
I don't remember it being released as one, but
it could have been like a thing where, like, hey, for this week,
yeah,
we're just gonna be just one day. It's just gonna be Rescue Rangers.
Let's see. Last train to Cashville. Heck yeah, making some monkeys jokes now. The Case of the Cola Colt.
I remember that. Was it
Coca-Cola? Yeah,
it was Coca-Cola, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Throw Mummy from the Train. That's a good title. Oh no! See, I remember this one. Now this one is actually RoboCat, where they build the mechanical cat, guard cat.
Yeah.
And a Gadget fixes it, makes it nice.
Yeah.
Gadget Hack and Wrench. Who we haven't mentioned yet. Which
Trust McNeil, was that Gadget?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Gadget Hack and Wrench. A lot of people are attracted to Gadget Hack and Wrench, and it's very weird.
Gadget was the one female member of the team, and Chip and Dale often fought for her.
Yeah,
affections. And
a creep in the deep. That's the one with the 20,000 Leagues. It has the Nautilus in it.
It was right.
The Nautilus is actually in that episode. That's right. I totally forgot that was. I'm trying to find When Mice Were Men. That sounds terrible.
Well, oh God, no.
And this is the first episode in which Jim Cummings voices Monterey Jack.
I wonder if Cullen was just done. It's like, sorry, I have to go do.
It's funny because 2 episodes later is Cullen's last one, where they go to Ireland and meet a leprechaun.
He probably just recorded it.
Yeah. 00 Chipmunk, man, they just
more Bond.
I mean, look, it's amazing how every cartoon has a James Bond episode.
Yeah, with Bond spoof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gadget goes Hawaiian.
Beetlejuice is there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see. Mind Your Cheese and Q's. That's a good title. Out of Scale. This episode shares the name with a 1951 Donald Duck short, which featured Chip and Dale, which is very good.
Yes, it
That's
is.
good.
Is
Here's
that
a
the one where,
terrible.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go. Go.
Oh, where Donald has a train set. He's basically Walt, where he has a train through his backyard.
I don't know what the episodes are.
I want to say that was that one.
Probably right.
But so we also talk about that Chip and Dale predated this cartoon, obviously.
Yeah.
They were often the foils for Donald.
Okay. Here's a game. Just a
Yeah.
quick game. We're just going to do this one time,
Okay.
unless I find something equally. I am going to read a title,
Okay.
not a title, a description, and I want you to tell me what you think the title of this episode is.
Okay, let's go.
Gadget decides to adopt a policy of non-violence for the team, which is immediately put to the test as the Rangers investigate a midget posing as a baby to rob the homes of rich, childless couples.
Oh, God. Conscientious gadgetter.
Dirty, rotten diapers.
Oh, my God. Also, non-violent. How many people are they killing?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what do they mean non-violent? I can't think of a single time they I guess Monterey Jack will put up his dukes once in a while, but
yeah,
I don't remember they're never. Dale has never pulled out a gun.
Yeah. He's not like the first. He's like original Batman, where he's like, nah, Chip would just murder dudes, straight up murder guys.
Chip straight up threw that guy off the roof.
Yeah, killed that squirrel guy.
And also, I want you to keep in mind this is 1990, so something like referring into, I don't know, it's just it made me feel bad saying investigate a midget posing as a baby. Does not make me feel good.
No, it doesn't. Okay, give me another one.
I will in a minute. I'll give you one when I find a good one. But this one inexplicably has references to Sweeney Todd in it, which is very interesting.
Since it predated the Johnny Depp movie, it was still just a Broadway show.
Hey, the Coco the Gorilla episode.
That's okay. That I do remember. I very vividly remember the Coco the Gorilla episode.
Rat Capone's use of slave labor to build himself a castle draws the attention of the Rangers. Unfortunately, Dale attempts to emulate his TV hero, the Red Badger of Courage, led to the other 4 Rangers becoming the slave labor. So,
wow.
Very good. That episode's called the SS Drain Pipe, which I do not like the title of that.
No, nothing about that I like.
Puffed Rangers doesn't sound very good either.
There's ripping fat vape clouds all over.
Oh, man. The Rangers go to Hong Kong, where a cereal manufacturer is smuggling cars into the U.S. without import fees by shrinking them into cereal toys.
As toy box, that's right. That's a good episode.
Yeah, the main villain's name is Chin, so good intentions, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about that Donald Duck cartoon with Chip and Dale, where they're that very overtly racist thing that happens. They took out.
Yeah. Trying to think of what. I'm just trying to find your Carol Channing episode for you.
I think it's called "They Shoot Dogs" or something.
I can't imagine that really being what the episode's called, but let's find out.
It's something which
absolutely. They shoot dogs, don't they?
Yeah.
And guess what? It's the last episode of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they also didn't show them in sequence either, so it's
Zsa Zsa Labrador.
Yep.
Kanina LaFeur's stand-in.
Yep.
Stands for her taxidermia, where all animals strands her in taxidermia, where all animals are fair game for hunting.
Yep.
Words,
Dark.
the Rangers are separated, with Monterey being stuck with Kanina, and despite not being one of her fans, he must help get her out of the country. That is the last episode of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Dark episode to go out on, kind of.
Dark episode. I'm actually stunned by looking at how many of these deal with some absurd, like the cereal one. Like, it's them. It's just this company with this elaborate scheme to not pay import fees.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, why is that Chip and Dale? Why are they on that?
And there's the episode that I had to find it because I remember an episode where they have the fly. Like,
that's right.
They get turned into the fly creatures or whatever. So,
oh, well, we can also talk about like Zipper. We forgot about Zipper.
Zipper, the fly that is just always there.
He's blue and has a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's adorable. And that episode in particular is like him running away from home.
Yep. JJ?
No. Yes.
No. Do you want to talk about the Rescue Rangers video game?
No.
No.
It's not good. I don't like the rest.
It's hard. It's stupid hard.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that game, but I hate it. And there's two of them. So
there's two, and basically it's designed for 2 players. So you're supposed to play as Chip and Dale, and the game's easier that way.
And it's one of those games that a lot of people would modify to be like, we're just going to make this a Pokemon game, but replace Chip and Dale with Pikachu or whatever. So.
They do ROM hacks of it and just put,
Of all of the shows that we're going to talk about, it's the only one with a ride.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the ride.
Gadgets Go Coaster at Mickey's Toontown.
Yep.
It is a child's roller coaster at Mickey's Toontown with a sort of like Tinker Toy aesthetic. So that's it.
Yeah. But hey, it's got one. I very vividly remember going to Disneyland when I was a kid, and the plushie I got that trip was Chip with the Indiana Jones hat and the hat. So
I don't understand. Like I think we talked about it when we were at Disneyland. Like, what is Chip and Dale to, like, what is that roller coaster? Gadgets Go Coaster means nothing to kids.
No.
Like, Chip and Dale, and it wasn't too long after that where they did announce that they're bringing back Chip and Dale for a new series. So we predicted it. That, and they're not getting rid of the ride. Like, they're adding a new, I assumed that they would sort of, like, knock out all of that stuff back there to put in the new Mickey Mouse ride, but no, not getting rid of it, so there we go.
And I think they are also making an appearance in the DuckTales universe on the new cartoon.
Yeah. Yes.
That you can kind of see they're dirigible in there.
Yeah. They announced it at the Comic-Con panel.
Yeah.
So this year.
So that's kind of be kind of a thing. Like, we're talking about these things, but they're still going to be kind of out there because they're coming back in a way. And you can, as of Tuesday, you can pretty much watch all of these.
How about this? 1989, fall of 1989. McDonald's produced a series of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers themed Happy Meal toys.
They did, but I don't remember getting them. Do you?
Yes, I remember getting them because I was very young and I needed Chip and Dale everything. So.
Yeah, and also it's a Happy Meal with Chip and Dale toys.
Yes.
I feel
the 40th anniversary of the Happy Meal. This episode could go all day for this 4-day promotion that McDonald's is doing currently.
I did. So you didn't get the robot, right?
I got the Happy Meal dinosaur.
Okay. I do have a coworker who went there and asked for number 1. Oh, well, okay, since we're doing that. This is good. This is good radio. There you go. There you go. My Sorcerer's Apprentice.
That one's actually like newer. That one's from like this millennium. That's like 2000s.
Little thing in the back.
Yeah, and and my 101 Dalmatians car.
Yep.
I went there today. I went there today, and they didn't have the toys anymore. So
oh my god!
I went there. Instead, I got one of the recent Nintendo. Like they have. I got one and a half real. Luigi. That was devastating.
They're still giving those out. They're still
I
giving
think
those
because
out.
they ran out. I think because they ran out, they just grabbed whatever they could, and that's what I got. So
I got one of those last year. What the heck?
I know. So yeah, it's we are grown men. We are adults, and this is what we've done. The Chip and Dale merchandise Wikipedia is massive,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all like, but you have to remember this is a time where they just did everything. Like Disney was in full swing of merchandising, so it's all kinds of CDs and books and party favors and glasses and stickers and shirts and shoes. And
I feel like that was it. For whatever reason, DuckTales wasn't super heavy on merch.
Yeah.
Or nor were the other two cartoons we're going to cover, but Chip and Dale was just out there.
In 1991, you could get fruit stickers with Fruit Loops or figurines with Frosted Flakes.
That's right. I had one of those figurines.
Yeah.
My mom went and buy the name brand cereal. It's too expensive. We're broke. Here's a bag of the Malto meal stuff.
I will not sit by and allow this Malto meal slander.
Listen, as an adult, I appreciate how great Malto meal is, but when you're a child and they're still putting toys in boxes and good toys,
yeah,
it's. I think they did with DuckTales too, the figurines and its cereal boxes.
They must have had to have.
Yeah. So I'm going to be super honest. Of the cartoons that we're covering today, I would say Chip and Dale is my least favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I liked it, but it's just, it took me a long time to think of my favorite episode because there's a lot of moments that I get jumbled up that I'm not positive what episode it came from.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here's the history of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
It was actually the first of the new shows designed to be companions to the companion to DuckTales.
Okay.
Disney invested $20 million in the DuckTales and invested $28 million in the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. When it was originally pitched, as I said earlier, it was originally pitched as a Rescuers TV show.
Yep.
So, because you know why did it become a Rescuers TV show?
Because the Rescuers Down Under kind of flopped.
Rescuers Down Under was being made. Like nowadays, you would love to have a cartoon and a movie at the same time.
Yeah.
But so it changed at that point, called Metro Mice. The main character.
Wow, that could go a lot of directions.
The main character, Kit Colby, was Indiana Jones type mouse with sported a fedora and a fluffy collared leather jacket.
Okay.
The rest of the team was a chameleon, and a character that looked a lot like Monterey Jack. So the chameleon was going to be Gadget Hackenreich. There was no Dale avatar in the early stage here.
You sound like supporting characters from a Sonic game.
Yeah, right. So he pitched that show. They liked it. They said this show is good, but Kit isn't. That's when Michael Eisner said, "What about Chip and Dale?"
Just Chip and Dale.
Yeah, and so that's what they did. It's insane that Michael Eisner is the reason why
we have Chip and Dale.
We have Chip and Dale. It could,
which may be the best thing he's ever done.
Yeah. So Dale got to keep the Indiana Jones look of the original character's design, and Tail. It's Magnum PI.
He's Magnum PI.
Yeah, they don't. I like that the Wikipedia page has it sort of vaguely. They try. It's like, while the goofier Dale was reminiscent, but not specifically modeled after Magnum PI. Like, okay.
Yeah, but again, so the whole kind of goof on that is, for people who don't know,
Yeah.
Tom Selleck was originally supposed to be Indiana Jones,
Yes.
and
So
he had a commitment to Magnum PI.
Yeah.
Or he was it because he was doing Runaway, or was it Magnum PI,
Runaway and
or a combination of the two?
it's got to be a combination too, because those are like I think Runaway. I think Runaway was later. I think it was late '80s.
Okay.
Or something. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, I know.
Now I have to look up Runaway.
I know Quickly was late '80s.
Yeah.
Runaway, by the way, guys, is a fantastically dumb movie.
Oh, it's absolutely miserable.
Gene Simmons is in it as
Gene
the
Simmons
bad
is
guy.
the bad guy as a mad scientist, and there's like murder, and it's robots. He's a robot. He's a robot cop, but not as a robot that is a cop. He is a cop specifically deals with robots.
Yep.
so,
so it's iRobot, but plays Will Smith with
and
Tom Selleck.
And it is one of only like a couple of movies made by Michael Crichton.
Yep.
It is. He made just a handful of movies, and that was one of them. So
that was one. I thought you were going to say it's one of the few movies where Tom Selleck wasn't a cowboy.
Yeah, So like with
it's this and Mr. Baseball.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So what? He made Westworld, Coma, Looker, Runaway. What?
I thought. He didn't do Andromeda Strain, did he?
No, he wrote Andromeda Strain.
Okay, I thought he did Andromeda Strain.
It's like the last movie he directed was Physical. So Runaway was 1984. By the way.
Okay, so that would have been Temple of Doom era. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yep, but
very exciting.
But that's the whole goof. Like why are they just like effing with Tom Selleck? Is this a whole thing where?
Yeah, I don't know why you're being so mean to Tom Selleck. But I can never fully remember. These started off as Disney Channel shows, but then went into like syndication rights and stuff most of the time.
There was a whole deal with Fox too, where they were on some Fox networks, but around the time the Disney Avenue got really established, Fox doing the Fox Kids block, so a lot of independently owned stations carry Disney Afternoon.
The band is a band that sung the song is a band called The Jets, and I'm only mentioning that because their Wikipedia page is funny because there's a lot of stuff going on this page, but without a lot of content to it. Like it's a huge Wikipedia page, but you're learning nothing. They are a Polynesian American band from Minneapolis, composed of brothers and sisters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 band members, and they're all related. They're all Leroy Wolfgram, Eddie Wolfgram, Eugene Wolfgram, Haney Wolfgram, Rudy Wolfgram, Kathy Wolfgram, Elizabeth Wolfgram, and Moana Wolfgram.
How far she'll go. How far?
They apparently their band name is called the Jets because they are the Jets from the Benny and the Jets. Like that's they're not, but
who wrote this Wikipedia page?
Let's see what else. The group performed the Star Spangled Banner at the 7th game of the 1987 World Series.
Why is that on there?
And Game 3 of the 1991 Stanley Cup.
Okay.
And the 1988 Summer Olympics and the 2002 Winter Olympics. So, band that just keeps on going, huh?
Yeah. What's happened since 2002? Nothing.
Material loss. On June 25th, 2019, New York Times Magazine listed the Jets among the hundreds of artists whose material was reportedly destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire.
Like, what material did they lose?
Their master copies? I don't know.
Of their hit songs such as
Chip and Dale, Rescue
Rescue Rangers.
Rangers.
Yeah.
There's apparently a spin-off of the band called Boys Club.
So, what are they? Starship? What the heck's going
on? They also have appeared on the soundtracks for Burglar, Beverly Hills Cop 2, The Karate Kid Part 3, and the Family Man, starring Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni.
Well, that's just a heavy-hitting lineup.
American pop singer Britney Spears recorded a new version of You Got It All in 1997, which is one of their songs.
And so they're just coasting off those royalties.
Yeah. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums. So the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers team just kind of last album released in 2014. The Jets 2015 tour was their 30th anniversary concert.
Oh man, they're eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, JJ.
Let's start the petition.
Yeah.
Change.org. Put the Jets into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Release the Snyder cut of
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
All right, JJ. Are you ready?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
always ready.
Are you ready to spin it?
Perfect.
Well, Kit didn't show up in Rescue Rangers. Kit did show up in the next cartoon we're going to talk about. Tails.
Cheers.
Cheers,
the animated series.
Cheers, the animated series.
Set in an undisclosed time that seems vaguely like
1930s, but modern.
Yeah, it's like the Batman cartoon where it's the aesthetic is completely vintage, but everything else is modern.
Yeah, they have black and white TVs, but
yeah. We are in a universe where, as we have said, there's a splinter in the timeline.
Yep.
Where Mowgli somehow caused by going back to mankind, destroyed humanity.
Carried some kind of virus.
Carried some sort of antivirus, or no, it's brought something with him to the jungle.
Virus or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Patient Zero and wiped out mankind.
So and now Baloo, having nothing else to live for, gets his pilot's license,
becomes a cargo pilot,
and becomes a cargo pilot, never settling down, just living a drunkard life as a pilot,
wearing a shirt and a hat, no pants,
no pants. As is somebody who spends all of his free time at a bar would probably do.
Yeah, exactly.
When we say that this Cheers, it is just Cheers. That's actually very true. It was inspired, 100% inspired by Cheers. That's not a goof. This Cheers inspired this show. Because it was the most watched show on TV. The secondary main character of this show's name is Rebecca.
Who buys Family Guy's business.
Yes, her story arc is identical to Rebecca's from Cheers, with the exception where there really isn't ever any love interest between the two main characters.
Yeah, it's very monogamous.
Yeah, it's mostly antagonistic. Like there's rarely ever a non-antagonistic relationship going on here.
In this universe, bears are the dominant species.
Yes. This one's a fun one. because so many like moving parts went into like the existence of this movie or this series, because like I said, it's inspired by Cheers. It's inspired by a TV show called Tales of the Gold Monkey,
Yeah.
which if you look at it, you will see that the main characters look like the human versions of Baloo and Rebecca.
It's also just kind of Jungle Book, but
Yeah,
not Jungle Book.
there's a bit of Casablanca in there.
There's a lot of Casablanca in there.
I was being friendly. I was being
Yeah,
nice, but yes.
yeah.
But instead of, but just like we said, so he has nothing to live for, so he's become a pilot. In walks Cloud Kicker,
Mm-hmm.
the
Plucky young sidekick.
plucky young sidekick to replace Mowgli, because there are no humans in this universe.
Yes, because again, Mowgli has wiped them out. So
Yes.
this would be the Animal Society rising.
Yeah.
And taking over. This is right after. Baloo, noticeably more depressed in this cartoon than he was in the original than Jungle Book. There's a sense of gravity in his life.
Yeah.
This is
there is also an inspiration in this show from a personal favorite movie of mine. It is Hayao Miyazaki's film. What is it? It's I think Porco Rosso is the
the pig that flies the plane. Yeah.
But that's what that's what it became.
Yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki originally wrote a manga.
Mm-hmm.
And the plot of this manga is like this man flies a seaplane and fights air pirates, which is the plot of
Tailspin.
Of Tailspin. And so Porco Rosso came out after Tailspin. So the creators of Tailspin are like, I think it went full circle on this one. I think he borrowed some ideas from Tailspin for his animated version.
So fair play.
Yeah.
So fair play.
Don Rosso wrote an episode of this show.
Yeah. Don't ask him about it, though.
Don't ask him about it, though.
Don't ask him about it.
Actually, he wrote 2 episodes.
Oh, man.
It came from beneath the sea duck, and I only have ice for you.
Where they had to deliver the ice to Louis.
Yeah.
Louis,
and technically, this show is an anime because it was animated in Japan.
The animation style is a little different.
Yeah.
It's not noticeably different, but it's different enough where you're like, do you have a favorite episode of Tailspin? If not, that's fine, because I'm thinking of my favorite one as well.
I do. There is one that I'm thinking of that's on the tip of my tongue, and which one is it? It'll come to me. Okay. Yeah.
I will go with the Panda Law episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's basically the Shangri-La spoof where Baloo finds Shangri-La, but it's all pandas. And he's like, hey, they seem like a nice people, so let's come over to Cape Suzette. And they proceed to...
I do like the episode where Rebecca gets a phone call and thinks Baloo is like dying or dead or one of those two things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just leads into like a Bermuda Triangle episode.
Right.
That's just, I don't know. I just, there is one thing from this entire series that stuck with me forever. And because of this show, that is how I know that they use pigs to find truffles.
That's right. You're absolutely right. I remember that.
I learned that from this bear TV show from the 90s.
You know what? I think I probably found that the same way. Because you learn something, it's educational.
So, and I always like 2-part episodes, and I think one of their 2-part episode of like Baloo gets like Shere Khan is giving Baloo the best pilot in the world award.
Yeah.
And where he gets an ego because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So and then it turns into like he's Han Solo, where now he's going to do the Master Run.
Yeah. Yes.
Do the Kessel Run and
Kessel Run and under 12 parsecs. Yeah.
it's good.
I like that Shere Khan's basically Geese Howard.
Yes, very much. It's funny with Shere Khan because he sort of like fluctuates throughout the series as horrible villain and just sort of like antagonist, but not like villainous.
Yeah.
Like
he's more about the bottom line.
Yeah.
Like whatever benefits him, if it benefits Baloo and along fine. If it doesn't, whatever.
But then you have Don Carnage, who we say is Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood has donned a false identity.
Yeah, or he's lost his mind and
lost his mind. Yeah,
he just knows that he's back. He has some ability with a sword.
Yeah,
but he also knows he likes to steal things. So he knows. I really like Don Carnage. I
do.
Yeah.
It's terrible, but like his weird, effeminate way of talking is perfect. Like because it's not an offensive way. Yeah. It's not like they're trying to imply anything. It's just it comes across as very arrogant, and I like it.
Yeah, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah,
I believe, but you can't. But he's as much of a Frenchman as Don Flamenco is a Spaniard. So it's just like, he kind of is because we say he is.
A Christmas episode. I will always like a Christmas episode.
That's right. It was a good Christmas episode. It was
Baloo learns that that Molly wants for Christmas is for it to snow for her mom. Yeah. So he takes Kit and Rebecca on a mission to make Molly's wish come true, and it is a good episode.
I remember that episode. Yeah. I feel like Tailspin. I feel like story-wise, of the 4 shows we're talking about, had heavier episodes, and it was more. The stories were heavier, but there's also more heart between it involved.
Yeah. Series finale was an episode called "Flying Dupes." Baloo is asked to deliver a package, which actually a bomb. Meanwhile, Colonel Spigot is instructed to fly a plane, but doesn't know how, and Baloo offers to teach him if he will complete the delivery for him. And absent Kit Cloudkicker, so Kit doesn't even make it to the series finale.
Which is fine because he's the worst character in the show.
Yeah, Kit never has a good arc. He never learns anything, and he doesn't get better. So
he's an orphan who has like a. What the thing he has, the surfing that surfs in the clouds?
His little windboard.
His little fan, his katana fan.
Yeah, exactly. His Mortal Kombat.
McFly, you can't go over water unless you got power. He's some dopey, like he's Poochie.
Yeah.
I got a backwards hat.
What else? Video game. It was a video game.
There was a couple of video games.
3 different Tailspin video games exist.
There was a NES one.
There was a NES one.
The Genesis one.
There was a Genesis one.
And there had to be a SNES one, right?
No.
Was it Master System?
There was the shooting game by Capcom for the NES and the Game Boy.
Yeah.
2 platform games for the Genesis and the Game Gear, and 1 more for the TurboGrafx.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never played the NES one, believe it or not. I played I actually own the Genesis one.
The NES one is interesting because it is like baby's first like scrolling shooter, like R-type kind of thing, but it has that weird like super deformed, like the plane is very small but Baloo is very big.
Because his head's sticking out of it, right?
Head sticking out of it, like it's a vinyl pop Funko Pop figure sticking out of the top of.
I'm almost positive the Tiger LCD handheld was basically that game.
Almost certainly, it's an easy game to rip off.
Yeah. By the way, the common theme between all these shows is they all had Tiger LCD handhelds.
Yeah. If it was in the late '80s, early '90s, it definitely had a LCD handheld, and that doesn't even have to necessarily be like a video game property. Just whatever. Like
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah.
My sister had the year I got the year I got the Tailspin one for Christmas. My sister got Tiny Toons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to. I want to look up Tiger Electronics handheld game, and I'm just gonna go to image search and see what random nonsense. Here's a Hook one.
Okay.
Lion King, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Simon's Quest.
That was a bad version of that game.
Well, they're all Power Rangers. Double Dragon.
Double Dragon 2 is the one I had.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh my god.
Street Fighter 2.
I can't even imagine trying to play
X-Men, Paperboy, Jordan versus Bird.
Oh, Paperboy was good actually. Paperboy was decent.
89 Batman. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What? That seems awful late for a Tiger LCD handheld.
Yeah, it does. Rugrats. That seems late.
Yeah.
But there it is. I'm looking at it now. There's Darkwing Duck. I'm trying to find, like, it's all these, like, I want Jurassic Park. Yikes.
I would have
Dinosaurs. The TV series.
What? Are you playing Amy or Earl?
I'm going to look up all of these later.
I'm gonna say Earl. You're playing as Earl.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be one of those things, like it's gonna be like a catching game, like you're catching things that Baby Sinclair is dropping or something.
Yeah, okay.
If I had to guess. This is a really good mock-up of a Game of Thrones Tiger LCD showed up on here. Tiger Electronics WCW Nitro Sting.
Just Sting.
Just Sting. That's all it says. It says Sting, and it has a picture of Wolfpack Sting on it. So.
Oh my god! Weird. So this came out like 98.
98, 99. They kept going. They just kept making them. Doug. I like the non-branded ones. Like this one's called Ninja Fighter.
I had a pro wrestling one. It was called wrestling.
Yes. I'm just as you said that, I scrolled to it. Jurassic Park.
It was not good.
Hercules, Jeopardy. Does that say Police Academy? Please tell me that says Police Academy. That absolutely says Police Academy. There's a Police Academy one.
Folks, at this point, like, so Tiger handhelds.
Yeah.
We've talked about them occasionally in the show.
Yes.
They were basically okay. So they weren't good.
No, but they were. But there was a caveat. They were cheap.
They were cheaper than getting a Game Boy game.
Yeah.
And
you're also a child and incredibly stupid. So it was good enough to get a Mighty Max handheld game. Or in some cases like this, here's the Ninja Gaiden 3 Tiger LCD handheld game, which you would probably be most likely to get over Ninja Gaiden 3 for the NES.
I mean, yeah, you're not going to go out of your way and ask for a Pirates of Darkwater Tiger LCD.
Yeah.
But if you get it,
you're going. Hey, there's the Animaniacs one we were just talking about.
Yep.
I just saw a weird one Swamp Thing.
What?
That seems like a bad one. Gauntlet. That seems. Why did Gauntlet get it?
Why did?
Ooh, Nights into Dreams.
Huh?
I don't know how that works. Addams Family.
Yep.
With the live action thing.
Do you
Electronic Snake's Revenge? As in Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Snake's Revenge? Madden 95. Very good.
Yeah, I bet the sports games translated to those really well.
Yeah.
Like for
Space
instance,
Jam. Mortal
both,
Kombat. I do remember. I actually had Mortal Kombat.
yeah, we're the Mortal Kombat one.
Strider. I'm sure that's not good. Tasmania. Let's just talk about Tasmania from here on out.
I,
So as you
I
can see, just like everything had a game. Just
I would love to hear the MIDI or whatever, like the LCD version of uh, Tailspin
yeah,
is so circling back around, I guess.
yeah,
It's a lot of these we could talk about the show like on the surface, because
yeah,
if you bore down too deep, it's just like it's the bear guy and his bear sidekick, and they're thwarting evil cloud pirates.
yeah.
And it's charming on its own, and it's fun. Tailspin was fun,
It's fun.
and also it's the end of the world.
Tailspin was the one that like my parents remember the most because I loved the theme song to Tailspin.
It's a really good theme song.
It's so much to the point like when it came on, it became like, you know how like your kid can talk you into like some dumb dance party.
Yeah.
Same thing as me as a dumb kid.
Yeah.
Just dance to the Tailspin theme. Like,
And do you remember like when it was always a treat when like they would run the episode where it had the extended theme?
yeah.
Where you heard like the clouds, like the thunder thing. Like, oh, it's a long version.
It's a long version. You didn't realize that just meant that it was a short episode, but
Or it was
like
the pilot.
it was like The Simpsons, where if you get a chalkboard gag, it's because it's a short episode. If you get the full intro, it's an incredibly short episode.
Right. But yeah, this is before you could just readily buy like these things like cassettes.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh my gosh, the theme song. It's a long version of the theme song.
Yeah.
Also, just a fantastic theme.
Yes.
Just a great theme song.
Absolutely. My second favorite of the.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
If we actually go more into detail on Tailspin in our end of the world or Jungle Book 2-part or conspiracy theory episode.
Yeah.
On the surface, though, it's Cheers. Louis is a bartender.
Yes, he is.
You have a character named Wiley. It's just Wiley, right?
Yeah.
He's the mechanic who's not good at being. He's basically Pete from the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even vaguely, just absolutely is.
He's Pete Puma.
Yeah. It was a Wildcat.
Yeah.
Wildcat is his name.
Wildcat. Yeah. He's Dog Carnage, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Colonel Spigot with his speech impediment.
Yes.
He's just a pig.
Yeah.
Like the thing JD mentioned. Like he's just a pig who flies.
Yeah.
Or no, and he bits when he talks.
Yep. What's the Thembrians? The pirates all have like names. They're like pirate names. They were they were the Thembrians. Hey now.
Okay.
Baloo has a full name.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is a big deal. Let's hear it.
Baloo von Bruenwald the 13th.
Von Bruenwald the 13th.
Yes.
Okay.
So he is.
When is this revealed?
I have no idea. Let's see. However, in the episode The Bluest of the Blue Bloods, it is revealed that Baloo comes from a prominent noble family, and that Baloo's full designation is in fact Baloo Baron von Bruenwald the 13th. However, he himself has been initially unaware, which raises the possibility that he was adopted. In this episode, he inherited $500 million in the form of an extravagant estate, which was taken from him to settle the matter of his family's impressively long history of owing back taxes, thus restoring the status quo.
It's King Ralph.
It's King Ralph.
That's King Ralph.
That's the King Ralph story. So this is also King Ralph. So again, that goes into our Robin Hood thing of like if Baloo has some sort of history of nobility,
Yeah.
King Louis, uh, that's why King Louis is
Is
good friends
no
with
longer a
Baloo.
king.
Yeah,
No longer a king, by the way.
yeah, no longer a king.
He's
He's just Louis the bartender.
yeah. So even though Baloo is very much Sam Malone, Louis is the bartender.
Louis the bartender. Yes.
Louis, who would Louis be in the context of Cheers?
Just sort of a like
Hybrid of
like
Woody
he's
and
like Woody and
Norm
Coach
and
and
Norm.
Norm and
Yeah,
a little bit of Cliff with storytelling nonsense.
yeah.
So
Uh, it's a
it's
very
just all
good.
of them. No Frasier. There's no Frasier in him.
There's no Frasier. Shere Khan was the guy who owned the restaurant upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's shadow of a doubt.
yeah. So that's Tailspin.
That's Tailspin.
Now we go
That's
into the final episode, the final cartoon of this on the block that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
The Daring Duck Mystery.
Champion of the Right.
Champion of the Right. One Mr. Darkwing Duck. Where there's trouble, you call DW Sweeney. Call DV Sweeney. He'll be there because he's got literally nothing else to do.
Yep.
No, it's Darkwing Duck. It's Batman.
It's Batman.
It's Batman.
100% just Batman. I don't think anyone will deny that it's Batman. It's very good.
It's super good. It's
super
back
good.
to the Duck universe, obviously.
Yeah.
Launchpad is back.
Yeah, you've got like characters coming over, and it is very much Golden Age comic books.
Oh yeah,
Like everything is an homage to, Batman. Not just Batman, but you also have like a little bit of the Shadow.
Yeah, very Shadow heavy.
Yeah, just a bit of the Green Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
Like some Doc Savage nonsense going on in there.
Somehow Darkwing has a better rogues gallery than Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, he does.
Yeah. Not a particularly long series. 3 seasons. First season was 65 episodes, and the next 2 seasons were 13 episodes.
Right. Darkwing has also kind of come up on DuckTales recently, as JJ mentioned. It's a TV show, but then it's actually a character, and there's a really cool twist, which I guess I can mention here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I tell you about the twists in the DuckTales episode?
Yeah.
Okay. So in DuckTales, there's a kid character named Jim Starling, who is the actor who which is great, by the way.
Yes.
Is the actor who plays Darkwing Duck in the TV show. They're making a movie in the DuckTales universe. There's an accident involved where the actor who plays, who's going to play the new Darkwing, becomes Darkwing because he's actually good at fighting, and he wants to be a hero. And the character who played Darkwing Duck in the TV show turns evil, and he becomes Negaduck.
Yes,
which is an amazing twist on that. Megaduck is just the old Darkwing. Darkwing is so you have he's just a normal kind of a clumsy dude.
Yeah,
he adopts a runaway. Goslin.
The good names in this series.
Goslin.
Like they did some really good names for all the
Drake
characters.
Drake Mallard is Darkwing's real name.
Yeah.
Then you have Herb Modelfoot.
Yeah.
Herb is his next door neighbor.
Yeah.
/ best friend, I guess.
Yeah.
And then his son, I can't remember his son's name off the top of my head.
Oh man, it's Herb Binky.
Is it Binky?
Herb Honker.
That's right.
Binky
That's right.
was the wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honker is Goslin's best friend by virtue of living next door.
Yeah.
Goslin is also the kind of kid, like the streetwise, tough talking kid who puts the adults in place, and she's a little more bearable than Kit, but not by much.
Yeah. I like their Morgana Macabre.
Yes, that's his love interest.
Yeah,
basically.
his Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
Which she becomes a hero, but is always kind of vaguely villainous.
Yeah. She's
trying to remember what the Justice League is on here, because you got Gizmo Duck, Morgana Macabre, the Fish, who I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Neptunia.
Neptunia, yeah.
And
Launchpad.
And the dinosaur. The like he was a duck that got turned into a dinosaur.
That's right. Yeah, there's some good.
And they have their rip-off shield. Shush.
Yep, that's right.
I just with instead of Jay Gander Hooter.
Jay Gander Hooter. It's just so, like the puns in this. So good.
Dr. Sarah Bellum, like just a nice classic.
Just chef kiss. Wow.
I wonder, and, of course, and it was like Fowl, which
basically is they also Fowl is in the new DuckTales cartoon, by the way.
The Fearsome Five, which is very good.
Which is
Negaduck,
Bushroot,
Negaduck, Bushroot,
Liquidator,
Megavolt, and Quackerjack. I love all good names, and they all have. So Negaduck would be. I'm trying to think of because there's no like in terms of evil Batman or whatever. That's not really.
But he's not Bizarro either.
Yeah, he's not Bizarro but he's alternate universe. It really is it's closer to the Flash with
Zoom,
Reverse Flash and Zoom and stuff like that.
Zoom.
Yeah, it's very much Crisis on Infinite Earths villain.
Well, do you remember when they put those the Funko put out those Disney Afternoon action figures?
Yeah,
and the chase was Megaduck.
Yeah,
never got him.
So Bushroot is basically just the male Poison Ivy. The Liquidator is just a non-frozen Mr. Freeze or Hydro-Man. Hydro-Man. Megavolt is Electro.
Yep.
Quackerjack is the Joker.
Or Arcade, I guess, in a way.
Yeah. Or I guess Toyman.
Or Toyman, he's but he's the Joker, but not in a hey, I'm your main bad guy way. He's kind of a doofus.
Yeah.
There's also Steelbeak too, right?
Yeah. He's not part of the Fearsome Five, but yes.
Yeah. And then there's also the
do you remember
Taurus Bulba?
I was just about to say that because it's Tim Curry.
Yeah, Taurus Bulba.
I'm always in for hearing Tim Curry talking at any point.
Yep, he's got that great voice.
Yeah.
All right. So we talk about our favorite episodes. I actually 100% already know my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Of the show. It's the one where Quackerjack has the time top, and Goslin gets in it, and she goes to the future, and Darkwing thinks that she died, and so she becomes a more ruthless Dark Knight Returns kind of Darkwing.
Yes.
Yeah, and to the point where he's got his little robots patrolling the city.
Yes,
it's a very good episode.
That's actually 100% my favorite episode. It was already that one I actually had ready to go, and I think that one might actually be called the Duck Knight Returns.
It's also the heaviest story wise too, but I think it's just good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Jim Cummings is a really good version, just making that
Yeah.
making Darkman's voice more gravelier. And I also like Launchpad as his sidekick.
Yeah. As because the Launchpad isn't really there's no Batman equivalent to that character in a Batman story, but it feels right in this situation.
Yeah,
it's because he doesn't really have an actual Alfred, so
no, I guess he'd be Alfred, yeah.
Yeah.
Or who's the dude who's still working? God, what's Harold? The guy who works in the Batcave?
Yeah.
Remember him? He's the guy who yeah. Well, that's a deep cut. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm trying to find what the episode title is for the Time Top episode.
Yeah.
There it is. Time and Punishment.
Time of Punishment.
During a battle between Darkwing, Megavolt, and Quackerjack, Goslin ends up aboard the villain's Time Top. Yep. Villains: the Dark Warrior Duck and Megavolt and Quackerjack. There's a couple of those. I like the ones that are just very clearly comic book storylines.
Yeah.
That have been because there's several that are very clearly just the comics being readapted. Negaduck has the episode where Negaduck has the diamond that can steal powers.
That's right.
So he just takes the Fearsome Five's powers, which is very that exists in comics.
Yeah, he absorbs it. What's is the Time of Punishment one? Is that the one where there's the alternate universe one too?
I liked any time where they went
or heroes.
Yeah, I liked any time we went to the Negatron or whatever the visit the Negatron versions of things.
Yeah.
There was the one the episode with Negaduck where they get Megavolt has the Tron splitter and it separates him and everything, and that's where you get the debut of the Negatron version of Negaduck.
Yes.
And it's very good.
Yes. I also remember I think Liquidator's the only one who has an origin episode too.
Yes.
Because he was a janitor or something?
Yeah, he was a janitor Yes, exactly.
He's also the only dog in this universe.
What was the one where remember where Darkwing Duck gets super speed? Do you remember that one?
Don't remember that one.
It's an upsetting episode because it was Negaduck hits Darkwing there's a particle accelerator.
Okay.
And it gives him super speed, but the side effect of that is he also ages super fast. So he's all old, and so Negaduck just easily takes over the city.
So it's kind of like the Golden Age Flash in a way.
Yes.
Or the Speed Force ages him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Really, I think, like I said, this might be my second favorite maybe of the whole block because there's some good comic book influences.
Yeah.
And this show comes out, I'm 12 years old, or 10, 11 or 12. So I'm starting to kind of go, I'm too cool for cartoons, but Darkwing's got me hooked. Also a really good toy line from
very good toy line. Yeah.
Playmates had the toy line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice action features. It was a time where it was perfectly acceptable to give kids Flint for your toys.
Yeah.
So Megavolt has a flint in it, so you could spin it, and it would just make sparks come out of it.
Yep.
I think some of the Captain Planet toys had the same thing going.
Yeah. Well, there was that Marvel Superheroes Punisher that had the Cap gun too. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode of Darkwing Duck that was the weird AI episode where they get the supercomputer and Launchpad hates it because it's taking over and it's too smart and Goslin can't do anything anymore?
Yes, I do remember. Okay.
So she gets the computer to start watching the soap operas that Launchpad watches.
Yeah.
So the computer falls in love with Darkwing Duck.
I do remember that episode.
And so then like Darkwing's had enough of this, and when he goes to unplug it, just goes berserk. It's
He goes howl on him. Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's,
yeah, it's very good.
it's super. It's never established how like Drake earns can afford all the Darkwing gear.
Yeah,
Because he's really not rich. He
yeah,
lives like in a middle class neighborhood.
yeah.
It's like the part of the bridge is his.
He's better at having a secret identity than Batman. Like he actually does have a lot of money, but Batman's the one that has the money, not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. So it's never really established how that happened, but
Yeah.
I don't really care.
No.
I love Darkwing Duck.
Oh man, there is an episode of this show called Malice's Restaurant, which is that's not a joke for kids.
No,
Like no kid knows one thing about Arlo Guthrie.
no.
So let's make a Alice's Restaurant joke in our 1992 comic.
This is like Dark Disney Afternoon, like especially Tailspin and Darkwing. They're kind of dipping their toe in the meta humor, or like the little wink at the parents thing. Like Tiny Toons has already kind of done it by this point, but now
it's always so weird when you, because I've told you what the final episodes were of all of these so far, so I have to go through them because all of them go out on just like whimpers. Like none of them actually get like final episodes; they just get canceled and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The final episode of Darkwing Duck, Extinct Possibility. Darkwing is asked to investigate a mysterious museum discovery. Darkwing Duck himself encased in amber. In order to solve the mystery of this unusual paleontological specimen, Darkwing uses Cracker Jack's time top to travel to the prehistoric past. So
it's wow, it's a paradox episode.
Yeah, they went again. They really went to all of these comic book things. I also want to point out that episode came out in 1992,
mm-hmm.
which predates the Jurassic Park movie. So, like the being encased in amber is only a reference to Jurassic Park if you read a lot of Michael Crichton books. Like,
yep.
So,
Darkwing Duck.
Or just very excited, like the movie's coming. Let's make a joke about that before the movie comes out.
Darkwing Duck is the cartoon for nerds.
Yeah.
Basically. There was a video game.
Yeah.
Kind of unmemorable. I remember it not being
most of them.
great.
Most of them were like really. Yeah. DuckTales was the only one really ever.
Yeah.
Worthy of anyone's time.
So I know JJ's probably got to wrap up. So what we're gonna do, JJ?
Yeah.
Let's since we usually rank stuff.
Yeah.
I want you to rank
the shows that we talked about.
Yeah, rank them in order.
DuckTales.
Okay.
Darkwing Duck. Tailspin, Chip and Dale. So,
that's my list. That's mine too.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I don't hate Chip and Dale. I just like Tailspin more. And it has a better song.
I know part of the reason we're doing this episode is because we're both really excited to be able to watch these shows in a few days.
Yeah.
Like on a streaming service and just pause it and whatever and not have to put DVDs in. So
and it's a perfect universe because of my new schedule. I'm going to be off on the Disney Plus launch day, so
I'm off the next day, so I'm going to be binge that night.
Very excited. So
JJ, do you want to tease our next episode?
Our next episode, we're going to be talking exclusively about anything but Atlantis.
We're going to be talking about Disney Plus launch day.
Disney Plus launch. Disney Annex episode 6. We're just going to keep pushing it off. It's going to be like every once in a while you'll have the podcasts that are like, we can't do 100th episode yet, so we're just going to skip to 101. No. Next episode will definitely be Atlantis. We'll get right back into the saddle as we march towards the finale of the season. Further and further, we're getting closer and closer.
We got
and now we don't have to go out of our way for bad movies. They're just going to be there waiting for us.
we're pretty much done on the 18th, or we'll be done. We know where we're at.
Yeah,
because Frozen 2 is out in 8 days. So
yeah.
or
So if we record consistently from here on out, we'll be finished by the end of the year, beginning of the year or so. So yeah, but that doesn't help that next week we're watching Atlantis.
Yeah. So you're just saying that we may not do Atlantis next week?
No, we'll do Atlantis. We have to face our fears.
You have to do it. I mean, I watched Tarzan, so
yeah, it's not worse than Tarzan. It's a bad movie, but
yeah.
Also, I haven't watched it in a very, very, very long time.
Same.
So who knows? Maybe distance makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know. It's except I should want to see it, but I don't. So
yeah. Just don't start your Disney Plus viewing with that movie.
Yes, no, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that I watched it the Saturday night or Sunday morning we record it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it, especially for bad movies. That way all of your rage is still bottled up appropriately. And it'll be fun.
You don't do it during the work week where you're like, oh God, I gotta work now after watching.
I'm gonna come home from work, settle down, and watch Atlantis. That sounds bad.
Yep.
You know what comes out on Tuesday outside of Disney Plus? On Blu-ray? Chud. I could watch Chud after instead of Atlantis, and I will.
I could play Pokemon Shield on Friday or watch Atlantis.
There's a new Star Wars game coming out.
There's a Pokemon game and a Star Wars game.
And I am actively currently playing Hideo Kojima's The Postman as we speak. So
is Tom Petty in it?
If only. But that's what the second I hit end broadcast on this, we'll chat for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going right back into that weird Kojima verse that doesn't seem that anything's going on, but I don't care. I'm very happy to be there.
As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. But JJ, thanks for letting me host this week. I appreciate it. It's been
absolutely. You were a terrible host. I'm never letting this happen again.
Awesome. Yeah. I suck at it.
Yeah. And so I will seize control of my own show again next week when we talk about Atlantis. Damn it. But until then.
Sorry.
Thanks for joining us and have a magical day. Now you can start laughing again.